Hey y'all, welcome to Fitting and Homemaking and welcome back to my kids' closet. So if you missed the previous video, I started decluttering this closet in small chunks because it's too much, right? So I did this side before. Today we're going to try to do this side, and not just the bookshelf, but there are actual built-in shelves on this side as well, which I'll show you in just a minute. Things we're not going to do is clean out this bin and the stuff here. But what I am going to do is move it out so I can actually fit into the closet, and I can get you guys a little bit of a better angle to see. So let's go ahead and do that. I really need to figure out like a parking lot situation. Oops. All right, now I fit in here a little bit better. We have some more space to work. This is part of the clean out because it's supposed to fit back here in the bookshelf, which it does not because it's overflowing. So let's see, let's go through it and see what my kids play with and what they don't and what's sentimental and what's not. That one's impossible to go. This wasn't my daughter's baby shower. They still play with this because you can get it to stand up on its own. This one is special to me. This is just a newer purchase. Where's baby? All right, so they like this one. This is stuff from Rome that my husband got them. This was the gift that my son got my daughter when he was being born in the hospital. So this is stuff to keep. This is one from Mima. I think that was. Don't know that this one is special. Oh, there's some of her doll stuff. I'm actually going to put it over there because that is in the other bin. Play with this one. They don't really play with these at all, so we'll see if we can get rid of those. Sits well. This is a little finger puppet that they don't ever play with. Who knows where this one came from? Oh, this must be a Blue's Clues puppet set, but they don't ever really play with them. I don't know that they ever play with that one. This is a pickle from McDonald's. All right. We'll see if maybe those can go. Let's see if these fit in here appropriately or if we maybe need to cull a little bit more. Oh, I think they'll fit. All right, and this is kind of a separate toy. It's a kitty cat, but it comes with, you know, like a collar and stuff like that. So maybe we will not include that in the things. Maybe we will put it over here, which I think I kind of started to do last time, and then it was a little bit of a tight fit. Let's see. These, don't like how much that sticks out. Does this one fit up here? That makes that kind of a tight fit. All right, that'll be fun. Okay, so I'm more reasonably happy with this. Put that out there. This is, I guess we'll put these in the chair. Maybe if things to go. These are magnet tiles that they still play with. So I'd like to keep those. We keep them on the bottom shelf just because they're heavy. We don't want them lifting over their head. All right. And sorry if I bump you guys. I'm putting some of it under the tripod. These my kids were just playing with this morning. This was an early Easter gift. They're just eggs that you match the color on the outside. And they have shapes on the bottom. So it was one of the early Easter toys for my daughter because she was too young for candy at that point. This is a box full of mini dress-up stuff, but I feel like I mean, it should only be that, but kind of sort of fit in there, but then it's kind of a mixed use thing. I wonder if there's a smaller bin for mini and then we can use this for something else. We'll have to see. This is just a bin of paper, and I just, ooh, wow, that sounded heavy. And I just put it in here for their art supply stuff because this is what it was given to me in. Wow, it's a lot of paper. Wonder if, I mean, it's kind of too much for a binder, isn't it? The thing is, they actually do use this. It's got some cardstock in there. Their art bin is up there. How else might I store that in their art bin, as well as this? This I can just toss up in their art bin. I'm fine with that. Art bins for another day, but this, needs to be covered somehow. I'll have to see if I have maybe a folder that can go in. This they were just playing with this morning. It has farm animals in it. This is a picnic that they play with all the time. This they play with on occasion. We keep taking away the mallets for the xylophone part. This was me. My daughter wanted to write happy birthday on one of her friend's birthday cards, so I spelled it for her. So that's just trash. Yeah, I think my husband would be upset if we got rid of that, so I'll do that. Okay. Moving on to the top here, some bags. This actually should probably go with dress up stuff. The sword is in the other bin, which is not where it belongs. This, let me put it in I have other bags for her over here, so we'll put it in the bag bin from last time. Oh gosh, what's gonna fall down? Okay. And this is a mess. Some of these are just not terribly age appropriate for my children yet because they like to bash each other with them. This is a toy they don't really use. They're talking flashcards. They've just never terribly been into it. So this is something I'm fine with getting rid of. Excuse me, my allergies are non bueno at the moment. Walkie-talkies, I don't even know if they know they have them in here. Scarves for dress up. Ooh, I must have had a catch in my nail. Hearing protection. This goes to this crown. Get in there. I wouldn't be messing around with this, but I don't want to lose it because my daughter actually does wear this fairly often, although more often she's been just playing with the cord thing and wearing it as a belt. But all right, that's a cape. All right, capes and scarves can go together. I'm cool with that. So these are just their dress up bins. There's skirts. So let's find a different spot for walkie-talkies and head stuff. This goes in the bin that's over there. This is dress up stuff. I feel like, let me pull the other dress up one down. I feel like there's more headbands and stuff over here. There's a hanger. Goodness, I couldn't even think what that was called. This is another little coin purse bag. I'm going to put it with the rest of her bags. Headbands. Okay, so headbands and tiaras can go together. What is this? That's a veil. That can go together. Gloves. This is just another piece of fabric they like to play with. What's this? This is a tutu. We'll put that with the little skirt. Another piece of fabric. What was this? Birthday girl. Honestly, I don't think we need to keep that. She didn't wear it for very long anyway. More headbands. That one looks broken. Wonder what was supposed to be in the middle. I'm gonna make the executive decision to toss that one since it's broken. Middle of the room is tossed. This is her box full of jewelry. So let me put the jewelry that has fallen out in here. Thought there was another jewelry thing that I saw too. Right before I pulled the other stuff down. There's a little bracelet. There it is. Okay, and there's a hair clip and a gibbet thing, which goes in here. All right, this is a hair thing which goes in the bathroom, so we'll put that in the to go elsewhere pile. That is really just a pile on the floor. All right. I guess we'll put veils and tiaras over here. Headbands, tiaras. This one is just everywhere. All right. Actually, do I want to try to cram it all into one? And then this one could be their hearing protection and walkie-talkies and something else. Let's see. Maybe I should fold it even though I know they're not going to stay folded. Is it worth the time to fold it? Because they just use them and then shove them back in here. One. How does one fold a cape? Oh, it's fairly square. Is this one not square? Oh, it was just stuck weird. Already has a pull in it. These look like dollar store things anyway, so we're not going to be terribly precious with them here. I mean, good for their imagination, but this is the stuff that I find really irritating to have to constantly pick up. Because it just never stays where it's supposed to stay. All right, that's folded pretty well. I'm actually going to get rid of these. I'll put them with the sewing stuff in case they want something else. Then I'll put her gloves in here. And then maybe this will be her accessories. That doesn't look too bad. So to go elsewhere pile. So we have, here I'll put the gibbets in here too. Well, actually no, I'll leave them in here because this is more of like play stuff. All right. Oh gosh, is there more in here? All right, I don't think we need these bags. These are the Pretty Princess Parties bags. I don't think we need these bags. Put it there for review because I might be overruled on that one, but more tiaras, more headbands. All right, well, that's good enough for that. Should look up how the royal family stores their tiaras. I'm sure it's in like a vault. Okay. We've got wands and stuff. I mean, I guess it could just go on top like that, and they'll know the scarves are underneath. This I would like to get rid of. We'll just see, because they can't even play with them right now. Same with this. I mean, I don't want to rob them of like fun childhood things like this, but they just hit each other with them. I guess, does the scepter go in here somewhere? There we go. My gosh, there's more back here. Guys. It's a Krispy Kreme hat for dressing up. Okay, these can go. They're supposed to be wings, but they don't have a way to attach. So that will just get trashed as well. Another wand or scepter or whatever we want to call it. And put this in here. And I mean, most of this was stuff that was given to my daughter, but my son also plays with this stuff too. You know, he likes playing dress up as well. One of the superhero capes is his. One of these guys is his. But he, you know, he likes to dress up like a king. Okay. So I don't know if you can see that, but we've got the first shelf and these shelves clear. I just don't know what to do with these. Maybe they go back up on the shelf until it's more age appropriate. I don't know. This should actually go in here too. So I'm gonna put this in here and I'll go get the sword, or maybe I'll tuck it in here and I'll get the sword from the other bin before I put that up. Okay. Hang this up. All right. You guys just can't really see what's going on here, so let me see if I can take some of these clothes down. Oops, not you. And yes, some of those clothes are dress-up clothes. All right, we're going to be dealing with the clothes another day, though. So we have our Play-Doh stuff, which they do play with often, but we don't generally want them having access to the Play-Doh itself. The other thing, because both of my children got one of these, this is a little Play-Doh cutter, so let's put that back in there. This is a drawing thing that they use sometimes. You see they've got a nice, well, it used to be kept out on the table, but then it was just kind of in the way for when they wanted to do other sorts of coloring. What's this? My gosh, I have never seen this before. I mean, I must have. I bet she got this for birthday, and it's just, we've had so many things, it just got shoved back here. This. All right, well, she'll be happy to find that out. So more Play-Doh things. This is a baby album from my daughter that my aunt made that can go probably elsewhere. Okay. This is a puddle. A puddle is not a puddle. It's a puzzle but it is customized with my daughter's name. So I don't think we can really donate that anywhere. Maybe we can do something different with that. This is a tent that is too small for them now, so that can go. This is a tent that we still play with sometimes. We still set up in the living room. Oh my God, you guys, this is an overwhelming amount of stuff, and I kind of regret taking it all out. But I feel like this is the better way because there's just stuff had been shoved everywhere. These are pieces to the floor. I would love to get rid of the entirety of this floor. I think my husband wants to go through and save certain pieces, which seems a little odd to me, but I don't think we kept the bag that it all came in, and I think this is like a boppy bag. So let me put this out in the middle of the room and maybe get a different bag for it. But I'd rather get rid of all of it, so maybe I will pull all of it out. They do still sometimes like pull the letters out of the squares. But before we had both of the kids in this room, or yes, before we rearranged it for the bunk bed, is what I should say, not before both the kids were in this room, we had tiles going out like halfway out into the room. It's a cowbell, we can just get rid of that. Actually, I think that's supposed to go to the Halloween costume. I love having really involved grandparents, but at the same time, it makes it harder to get rid of stuff because you don't want them to come back and ask, oh, where did that thing go? And then, you know, be upset if you've gotten rid of it. So that will go in their dress-up stuff. That will be fine. Okay, guys, we have cleared out this whole side. Yay, us. It only took who knows how long. All right. Small trash pile, small going elsewhere pile, small donate pile, big pile of stuff to keep. Okay. And this does have things where it can stand up, but let's see. So I'm sitting on stuff and breaking things left and right. This has a spot for more stuff to go in it. Right now it has the hearing protection, it has the walkie-talkies. I think the eggs can go in here, but I don't want stuff to be hidden from them. Just like they use their dress-up stuff quite a bit. I feel like the mini stuff needs to go in a smaller bin. Wonder if I can just get a normal Tupperware for that. And we can repurpose this Tupperware elsewhere. Let me go see if I have a smaller Tupperware bin that will work for this. Gosh. This might be a little bit tight. Let's see if she'll fit in here. No, that's an immediate no. Okay. That's okay because we use this Tupperware a lot. Let's see. Thinking. All right, well, the tent, let's start with the easier stuff. The tent can go back on top because we have to assemble it regardless. So the tent can go back on top. That's fine. All right. I like this new train of thought. Let's see. These can go on top until they're ready for them. That's fine. These are light. Can they go on the bottom shelf? I don't think my son would be able to reach them there though. Sorry if there's a weird cut there. I said my son's name and I don't think my husband's cool with that. So, bloop. We do play with the dress up stuff a lot. So maybe that goes here. Will that fit next to there? I just don't want things so crushed that they can't put them back easily themselves. Maybe this goes up here. Can he reach that? He can open doorknobs. He should be able to reach that. So he should be able to reach that with that being on top. I don't know. This might be too heavy for that to be above his head like that. I put the magnetiles back down. This has markers on it, so this needs to go up so that they can't readily access it. Let's put the feet out just so it doesn't fall over. So I'm fine with that being up. What is this in here? We got the Play-Doh stuff. Do we need it? This is kind of a nicer bin. I wonder if we switch the Play-Doh bin. That has kind of a lot of stuff. Sorry guys, let me get you down a little bit so you can see a little bit more what I'm doing. That just occurred to me, I'm doing stuff back on the floor now, and I didn't switch you. Let's try switching these, because honestly, we need a little bit better... Excuse me. One for these. Although I'm sure some of these are dried out and we just need to go through and clean out. Like that one doesn't have anything in it. We're not putting that one back in. That one doesn't have anything in it. Neither does that one. Okay, well. That'll go in the trash pile in the middle of the room. With that, goodbye clean floor. All right. Max is obviously barking at something. What is this like? Goodness. Okay. Hey, Max. All right. Before I really screw things up, let's clean up the floor later, obviously. Put mini stuff in here. I mean, this Play-Doh looks like it's been played with, so... Or maybe it's just mixed Play-Doh. Okay. Yeah, because that's a dry piece of Play-Doh, so that must have been played with at some point. Oh, here's another one. Darn it, it's their room. Alright, sorry Minnie, I think you're getting the busted Play-Doh one. This is... like... I wonder if this stuff is... This is like a little pizza cutter. That's cool. This is a ring that you can make stuff with, so let's see if it fits in the regular Play-Doh bin. I know it's a little bit full already. But, I mean, she's not playing with it now because it's not accessible. Alright. Let's do that. Some Play-Doh. go. That can go. Oh, darn it, here's another one. Just dumped out a whole bunch of Play-Doh and I didn't realize it. All right. That doesn't close super duper well, but I have a feeling we'll probably be able to get rid of some of the other ones soon. Okay, so indecisive. Sorry guys, this is probably the most boring flipping thing on earth right now. Let's put the Play-Doh up here because, like I said, I don't want them getting into the Play-Doh by themselves. Can put unicorn on top of the Play-Doh. And the Play-Doh box here. I mean, that seems okay to me. Wish these could be like that, but they can't. Let's see what we can do. This still has room for a different toy. I don't... do these just go somewhere else? We don't really have another place to put them though, so... maybe this goes here. What's the other thing? Oh, I'm trying to like maybe figure out a spot for that. Maybe it does just go there. This goes here. Does it fit? Of course not. Can go here. I mean, here. Put this here. They can still reach it. It actually kind of fits in that space because the wall turns there a little bit. So that's okay. Then I have the Minnie Mouse stuff here, which this is not a great thing. We put these in the side maybe. And then maybe, do we just want to put Minnie in a bag? I mean, that sounds bad, but just put her in a bag and put her stuff in here. Then I just let my daughter know that she's moved. I think maybe that's what we'll do. Let me go get a bag. Okay. Put Minnie in a bag. What's this? A random piece of trash. All right. Come on. I mean, is it so bad just to have the stuff be loose in here and then she just takes this down and plays with it out of here? I feel like that's okay and we don't need to do a plastic bag, right? Right? I think maybe we do put those in there just so that it doesn't wreak havoc. And this can go there. And this can get repurposed with the top being kind of not great. Does this feel better? The only thing is that I know that this is going to be a little bit weighty for my son being over his head. And then, well, we don't have, Trying to think maybe I put the Barbie dolls in here from that other bin because that other bin is so overfilled, but I think maybe we do just put the paper back in here for now because I'm kind of ready to be done with it. And just keep the paper right here. Does it fit? Will it fit? Because it's a really weird shape right here. I mean, I guess so. I think that fits. Then we have a little bit more space over here. Thing is, they really like these being more accessible. I feel like this is not going to work up here. I wish there was just space for it to be on the floor. Here, I'm going to tuck this in here so it's not sticking up so much. So Minnie will be in there. This is their dress up stuff. I feel like this is more of the stuff that they play with on a daily basis. We've got the Play-Doh and the marker stuff that they need supervision with, at least to get started. Trying to think. Thinking's difficult. The thing is, too, the stuff on the top here is hard to reach because of those dang clothes. I forgot about that. Ugh. Really need to clean up my daughter's clothes. Because they're not going to be able to get to that stuff, are they? I don't know why I'm asking you guys that. They like playing with the stuff that's normally on the floor too, though. Should we pull this down? I haven't been playing with the magnet tiles as much. Maybe that goes up and back a little bit. We just tell them to ask us if they want them, because they aren't used as often. And they can go like that. Maybe switch these two. It fits better the other way. This is such a first world country person issue of we've got too many toys. But the toys that I've put back in here, my kids play with a decent amount. So I don't want them to have toys and then not be able to play with them. It's another Barbie thing. And then all those trucks have to go back in here. I really wish there was a truck place. Let's put the clothes back, see how hidden it is. See, even that top shelf is hard to get to. Let's take out the Halloween costumes. These I will keep in my closet. The painter smock, we don't really actually, it looks like we use it a lot, but we don't because it's still a little bit too big for them. Maybe we could fold that and keep that on the top shelf. Because it tends to fall off anyway. Random floor piece fell out. Okay. Okay, happy with that. Since these are shorter, they can get the stuff over there. Her bags are over here and they're a little bit hard to get to, but she knows they're there. These are like her actual dress-up clothes. Maybe we move that to the other side, since her jammies and stuff are already a little bit longer. Or do we find a way to like hook them up? I don't see like any, you know how they sometimes sew loops into skirts for dresses? I'm gonna put them over here because I feel like they can still get to the books and stuff, and she knows that those are there, that her bags are there. And then they can get to this stuff a little bit easier that they play with more often. It's just random hangers everywhere. Because she's usually only going to be using those bags for dress up anyway. I don't know, guys. I'm at a loss until we get the clothes situation pared down quite a bit. I think that's going to have to be as good as it's going to get. All right. Not doing the top part. Do not have energy for that. Let me get the stuff cleaned up here. And after I get the stuff cleaned up here, I will kind of show you the things to be reviewed for donate pile, and show you the final results, I guess. I'm just going to throw away the trash. There are only a couple things that need to go in the trash, like empty Play-Doh containers. All right, so these are going in my room, my closet. Okay, y'all, I've gotten the stuff that we kind of shoved out into the room taken care of, so let me show you guys that. Over here in the chair, this is the donate pile. So we have the stuffies that I weeded out. These are the princess bags. We can just send those with donations. The flashcards and like the little sash, and then the tent that's just too small for them. So that stuff will go for donation. I actually changed my mind about these floor tiles because they all actually do fit into this bag. So I am going to put this on the top shelf in here just because we don't use it. Happy to put those back up here since they're all fitting in the bag and they're not falling everywhere. The tent is up here. The next shelf we have like our Play-Doh and art stuff. We do have our loose leaf paper, art supplies in the back there. The magnet tiles, hopefully they won't try to pull those down themselves. I'll have to just see, but of everything on this side, this is probably the thing that they play with least often, and when they do play with it, my husband and I are generally playing with it with them to avoid fights and ensure sharing, and if knocking over of towers is happening, that is approved behavior by the tower builder. The piano, this is also something that gets paid with kind of on occasion. And then down here we have the mini stuff, the walkie-talkies that Micah's probably forgot we own, and their hearing protection for things like 4th of July, the eggs, the farm, and the picnic basket they all play with fairly often. They've been really into dress up lately, so I'd put that down lower where they can get to it, including my son's extra dress up stuff that wasn't in here. And these are the stuffies. So those fit on the bottom there where they can get to it. Let's see about getting the rest of the stuff back in the bottom of the closet, because that's going to be a different day figuring out what we can maybe do with that stuff. So let's get that in here. Trucks, and I know that's not the best angle, but there's just no really best angle here. All right, let's get you a close-up view. Stuff back on the floor. Picnic basket and stuffies. Barn and lots of dress-up stuff. Eggs. Another assortment of toys. Sorry, it's kind of dark back here. Magnetiles, piano, art supplies, Play-Doh and other art supplies. Sorry, it's so dark, I should turn on my flash. And stuff they need assistance with, essentially. The next and last part of the closet that we're gonna do is the top and the bottom. And then maybe separately the clothes. The clothes might not be part of the closet declutter just because they're clothes. I need to go through that with my daughter, so I probably won't film that. But thanks for sticking with me all the way to the end. Sorry, this one was epically long. I just had a lot of indecision. I'm sure I'll probably speed up some parts of that, hopefully. But it feels like things are more accessible to them now. This area is vastly improved. I don't know how much you could see of that beforehand, but vastly improved. Stuff was like falling off everywhere. So that will be it. If you want to see more decluttering content, please like, subscribe, comment, all of the things. And I will see you the next time. Bye.